Welcome to Figure Feedback. My name is Jeremy and it is officially October, and that means Halloween is right around the corner. So I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at some cool 3D prints that you can make yourself in the spirit of Halloween. Everything that I'm going to show you here today will be linked down in the description, and everything that I'm going to show you here today was completely free. So you just got to download the file and print it out on your printer. So let's get things started with a figure from popular culture, a decoration that you can just put right on your desktop, and it is of Bowser from Mario in skeletal form. Now, what's cool about this guy is he also comes with this base that you can slot him down into, and he'll stand up just fine on his own. I printed this out on the Bamboo Lab A1, and as you can see, it's in black and white. So I used the AMS light to print this guy out, and he looks really cool. Now, I will tell you one thing though. When I put this through the slicer and I went to go print it, one thing that you definitely should keep your eye on are the different changes that the creator may have made in the profile for this particular print, because this one in particular had a nozzle temperature of 230 degrees. There was also some changes to the flow ratio that worked fine for the creator in their particular filament, in their particular setup, but it might not work out perfectly for you. Now, this still came out pretty decently, though the temperature was a little bit high for me. So looking on the other side, it definitely does not look as clean as the Bamboo Lab A1 can produce, and it was because the filament ran a little bit too hot, but it's still there. The spirit is there, and it should be, because he's a skeleton. That spirit's got to go somewhere. But if Bowser is not your jam, this creator also has some other skeletal designs that you can choose from, and the one that comes to my mind right now is Charizard from Pokemon. That also looks pretty cool. So if you want to print out something like this, you got some black filament, you got some white filament, and a little bit of time, this is what you're going to want to go for. So this next print is by a creator whose work I've shown here before. It's Crazy Boy, the creator of those really cool calligrams. I did a video about it to also show you how you can print with 5 colors on a 4-color AMS light, and they have more calligrams available, but right now I want to show you this right here. Now, of course, this is based on the killers from the Scream franchise, and this is actually like a little lantern. And the way that they sort of designed this is pretty cool because it's nice and it's thin. It takes just a few colors, black, white, and red, but you also combine these together so they come out in different pieces. You have this ghost face here that comes out as a piece by himself, but then all the sides here for the little lantern piece, they're very thin. It's almost as if you were to cut it out with some slightly thick construction paper, and then it also has a top and a bottom that you slot those into, and in the end you'll have a top and you'll have a bottom. You'll be able to stick ghost face on, and then you can run out and get yourself a tea light, something just like this. You can grab these at the dollar store. Get like 3 of them for $1, or if you're at Dollar Tree, $1.25. And they come with batteries already installed, and you just turn it on. And this one in particular has a nice warm glow to it, and it just kind of flickers, you know, like an actual candle. And then you can just put this down on top. And if you're in a room that's dark enough, you'll be able to see this very fiery like glow coming from the inside. And because the ghost face here also has white filament, it's shining through, and it looks really just kind of somber and nice, especially at night. So he has this one, and then there's another design based on Freddy Krueger that you can also print. It's the same kind of theory going on with the whole lantern as the light source. So this is really cool. It doesn't require you to have any knowledge about wiring anything together. Just get yourself a cheap tea light and put this down. And this also has a base that you could connect from the bottom, but I just find it easier if you do have a tea light to just put this down right on top, and that way you don't have to worry about fiddling, taking it on and taking it off. But I thought this is really cool. It doesn't require a lot of filament, so if you wanted to print out a few of these and just kind of put them around, you know, kind of like a, I don't know, like a seance type of a thing, you can totally do that, and it won't take you much time. or much filament. So I got a few more things to show you, but before I do, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, FlexiSpot, who also creates what is now the official standing desk of figure feedback, the FlexiSpot E6. Check it out. So FlexiSpot specializes in creating standing desks with a wide variety of sizes and tabletop finishes to suit your taste. This one in particular is 78 by 30, and this top is made of bamboo, because not only is bamboo very nice to look at, it's also nice and environmentally friendly as well. The other thing about these desks is they are strong, they are solid. This can lift up to 355 pounds and also withstand 355 pounds of force 20,000 times. Now, I don't know if you're going to want to actually do that or not, but I'm going to show you how strong this desk is. I weigh around 205 pounds. Honestly, it's probably a little bit more. But yeah, I'm just going to lift this bad boy up so that you can see exactly how strong this desk is. Now, it's going to go up to about 50 inches in height, and you'll be able to set different parameters for your height adjustment. So you can set it for if you're standing, you can set it for if you're sitting, and anything in between. And if you see my wires under there, it's because I did not do any wire maintenance yet, but they do provide you with the tools to be able to do so in a couple of different ways so that your desk can look a whole lot nicer and more tidy than mine's does right now. And now I have reached the top. So if you've got a lot of different equipment, 3D printers that you want to put on your tabletop, and you get this one of this size, you'll be able to fit a lot of them on there. And if you need to lift them up to get to something underneath, then you're going to have plenty of height to do so. So that was fun. So if you're interested in checking out a FlexiSpot desk for yourself, and if you're interested in the E6 model, be sure to check the link in the description. It'll show you exactly where you need to go, and you can pick up a FlexiSpot desk for yourself today. Good, solid, looks good, clean. You won't regret it. So one of the coolest multicolored decorations that I've come across on Maker World lately has been for these sugar skulls. And these are just really, really nice to look at, and they're awesome to print. And it also allows you to customize them, because even though you can have the backing, which is black, and then you have the white for contrast, everything else with these flowers, I got the red and the blue, this is pretty much how they designed it. But you know, you can use your own colors with this. You can just substitute it for yellow or violet or I don't know, pink, whatever your heart's desire to make the sugar skull that you want. And the sugar skull took over 5 hours to print. You notice I do have two, because this one at 11 minutes left suffered from an unfortunate power outage. And then when I went to restart it, I guess the calibration for the A1 was knocked out of whack, and it started scratching and digging into the part of the mask that it was just finishing up. So that was really unfortunate, but I came right back and I printed this skull here on this desk. Took another 5 hours, and this time no power outages, so it came out looking really good. I love these kinds of designs. If you want to get your own sugar skull, they got a lot of different other designs too, so it doesn't have to be this one. You can just have a ball with these. So I thought to myself, I could not make a Halloween themed video without printing something that glows in the dark. So I did that. So it's another decoration right here. It is of this pumpkin, and I printed this out with some, I believe it was Duramic glow in the dark filament, printed out on the FlashForge Adventurer 5M Pro. And as you can see, you know, it's just straight up white right here. But once you get some good UV light on it and shut off all the lights, you'll be able to see the nice healthy green glow that this brings out. Now, if you don't want to just find a light source and just stick this up to it and, you know, and then see if it glows in the dark, if you do have a black light, it works a lot faster. You shine your black light on this for a few seconds, then you'll be able just to see the glow coming from it, even if the lights are still on. But when you shut them off, then it will really, really come to life. And just like most of these things that I show you here today, there's different decorations as well. It doesn't have to be just this skull. This particular creator has different designs as well that you can print out. And if you want to print it in glow-in-the-dark filament or just a color that you like, you'll be able to do this. So it's really cool. You'll be able to put this up on the wall, set it off to the side, you know, something like that. And if you do have some type of UV light that can constantly shine on it and it's going to be nighttime, it will definitely be the decoration that is going to stand out the most. Now, the last thing that I want to show you on this figure feedback Halloween special, I guess, is a figure. And it is of this adorable guy right here, Frankenstein's monster. Now, this was created by the artist formerly known as Big Bricks, the person who created these really awesome, large Lego-inspired figures. They are now called the Kilt Kiln. And this particular series of figures, there's 3 so far, are called Chunkables. So we've got the Frankenstein's monster, and then we also have a Superman, and then there is a classic Stormtrooper as well. And just like their previous Lego inspired models, what's so cool about the things that they create is that it requires no supports at all, and you don't need a multicolored filament system to pull it off because everything is separated out by plate. So for example, if you don't have like an AMS or whatever, you can just print all the black parts on one plate, and then you can print all the green parts on the other, and you print all the gray parts on the other, so on and so forth. And if you have more than one 3D printer, you can get done twice as fast, and then everything just goes together. Now, I do recommend before you start putting things together to check out their video on how to put it together, because even though it seems, you know, simple and obvious, there might be a step or two that goes in a slightly different position than you might think. So just so you don't have to go through trying to dig a piece out that you already put in, just make sure you look at the video first, and then you'll be able to put this guide together. And there are other creations as well. And it's just so cool how they do this. I mean, when you see how nicely flush the eyes are to the head, you know, the eyes and the eyebrows and that expression, they are all separate pieces, but they fit together so cleanly and so nicely. You would look at it, and if you didn't know any better, at first glance, you might think that this was just a multicolored face, but it's not. It's separate pieces. And yeah, it just looks so cool, and I love it. Love figures like this. So the stuff that I showed you here today is just a small sliver of the Halloween themed things that you can print right now. And if you are a fan of Bamboo Lab and you have your Make a World account and multicolor printing and all that, they're also running a contest right now. So you'll be able to go over there and see all the new things that people are cooking up. And even if you don't have a Bamboo Lab printer, you can still take those files, download the regular STL, put it in the slicer of your choice, and still print out these really cool Halloween decorations. Then stick them in a drawer and bring them back out next year. All right, so that is it for now. I want to thank you all so much for watching. And remember, let me know down in the comments if you got any 3D printing related plans for Halloween. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.